Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody had a good night last night. Since we have a really short slate tonight, that two-game slate, I decided I'd go ahead and run through what I played in cash last night. I can start doing this if you guys like this, just see how I finished in some of the contests, but I'm just going to review my cash lineup first, then we'll hop into the picks for today. So, at point guard, I ended up going with Chris Dunn. I talked about Valentine in the video, and that's where I should have gone from the Chicago. Chris Dunn did get the start, but he was not good at all. He looked awful last night, and I really wish I would have played Valentine. It didn't matter in cash, but for some GPPs, I played Dunn, and it kind of hurt me. Then we went with Kent Bazemore. I thought he'd be more popular, but I figured he'd be pretty safe for his points. He also had a very, very bad game. He did not look good at all, couldn't make a shot, but ended up with 20, so he was okay. Didn't kill my lineup, but definitely didn't help. Then I went with Covington. I expected a little bit more out of him, but Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid just went off, and Covington got in a little foul trouble early in the game in the first half, so he sat for the last couple minutes of the first half instead of getting those minutes. Then in the second half, he didn't have many shots or looks at all. He barely touched the ball. He made a couple shots that he touched, but he really just wasn't getting looks because those two were just so dominant. And then the rest of the team, Redick loves to shoot too, so he just was not getting looks last night because everybody else was so hot. But 23 from him wasn't great at all. Really would have liked 30, but it managed out in my favor. Then we went with Anobi. He was awful. Really wish I wouldn't have played him. CJ Miles was definitely the play from Toronto. He had another decent game. I figured Anobi would be better, but he didn't even get his minutes last time he started. But I'll say this once and I'll say it again. Starters or bench players that start definitely aren't in a better spot just because of that. Because he's playing with all the good players from Toronto and he didn't touch the ball. He made one shot and it wasn't pretty. So at 3K, 7 points is not good at all, but it doesn't kill your lineup because he was so cheap. Then we get down to the big boy, Joel Embiid. Was very highly owned last night, 65%, and he was a big reason why cash lines were so high last night. In this 25 single entry, which is what I normally like to play at least in this one, then I normally put some in some of the other ones. I like the single entries more just because I don't like having tons of people in there. I also like to put like 20 lineups in that $2 one just to get my $40 in. But the cash line in this one was 302, which is extremely high. And Embiid's the reason why. The dude was insane last night. I watched all of that game, and it was just crazy to watch. You could tell he really wanted to stick it to Lonzo and LeVar, and he definitely did. 46 points, 90 DraftKings points. He looked amazing. Dude was not missing shots, and he just had one hell of a game. Really liked him, and I'm glad I stuck with him. Then I went with Kemba. I figured Kemba was going to be chalky. I liked Kemba's spot. He was just average. He put up about what you needed for a cash lineup, 37. He wasn't spectacular. He wasn't shooting a whole lot, but he wasn't bad. He wasn't going to kill your lineup. Move on to Tyreek Evans. He was way more popular than I thought he would be, but I knew he was in a good spot, and the dude's just been playing extremely well lately, and it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. He put up 44 points, which is great on his salary. I think he was like 6,200, 6,300. 6,600, even at 6,600, that's still great value, and really appreciated the help from him. That was one of the bigger reasons I cashed as well. These last four guys were all great plays, and the top four guys were all very bad plays. So Evans was a big help for me last night. And then we'll move on. Marc Gasol. I didn't talk about him much in my video, but then we got news that Conley was going to be out, and Marc Gasol was a huge bump in my eyes. A lot of people went with Mario Chalmers. I think he was like 70 to 80% owned in most cash games, which is crazy to me. He ended up doing okay. He put up like 21 points, which would have been a lot better than Chris Dunn. So if you played him, he didn't hurt you. But Marc Gasol just balled out last night. He played a hell of a game. Put up 70 points. He looked really dominant, was making a lot of shots, got quite a few rebounds, and he was just feeling it last night. And they did lose the game, but he was the only reason why him and Tyreek Evans were the reasons why they were still in that game. So Marc Gasol was a big help. I didn't really think I was going to go there most of the day. Then we got news that Conley was out. And whenever Conley's out, Gasol gets quite a big bump because he's going to have to account for a lot of the scoring. And we've seen recently, whenever Conley's out, Gasol has his bigger games on those nights. So I went with Gasol just because of that reason, and his price point wasn't terrible, and it fit my roster construction. So that's what I did for this one. I had quite a few of the chalky guys, and then my low-owned guys really didn't do too well. I got lucky having Gasol and Embiid together, and that was really the only reason why I cashed last night, but I'll take it. Had a nice little profit on my cash games, made a little bit in GPPs as well, so let's just move on to this slate. And I can keep reviewing that if you guys want me to. I can review my cash or a GPP lineup that finished well in future videos. So I'll just hop over here. We got Golden State versus Boston, Houston, Phoenix. I don't like 2-game slates at all. I don't really like 3-game slates either, but so I'm gonna play pretty light. I won't play cash whatsoever because in cash, if you pick one wrong guy, you definitely aren't making the money. So I'm gonna stick to only GPPs, and I'm probably not gonna play much in GPP at that. So, James Harden, top guy on the slate. Actually, I'll go game by game. It doesn't really matter. But, okay, so this game you got Durant and Curry, top two. I think they're both in play. But on this slate, I'm probably going to try and go different. I like Durant. I think Curry's going to play. I'm pretty sure he's probable. Yeah, he's probable. So, Curry's going to play. So, I like the guys, but I think they're going to be very popular. And in GPPs on a 2-game slate, if you're trying to win, you got to be different. So, because Durant and Curry will both be over 50% owned, I bet. I like Kyrie quite a bit in this spot. He's going to have to be one of the big scorers for them. He's been okay since his injury. I mean, he's only played one game, put up 38, not bad for him, but I don't see him getting a whole lot higher than that. That's what I don't like about him. He doesn't have a whole lot of upside. He got 29 minutes. He probably will see 30 minutes, 35 minutes in this game if the game stays close, which I think it should. It should be a fairly competitive game unless Golden State starts shooting lights out. But Kyrie's in play. He's not my favorite. I just don't love this slate in general because I'm going to try and go pretty different. But Kyrie's definitely in play in some GPPs. I mean, Durant and Curry are too. I'm not looking to go there tonight, though. So Al Horford, I like quite a bit. He's definitely the center I'm going to use in most lineups, so I'm going to throw him over there. He's been solid. He's pretty consistent. I like him. 7,600 is a good price for him. Now we got Draymond. 7,300. He's okay. It's just you don't know what you're going to see out of this game. He will have buyers, but I think he'll be lower than Curry and Durant, so I probably will play him in some GPP. He won't be my favorite play, but I do like Draymond in quite a bit. Not looking to go Clay at all. I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum both could be interesting plays because they're not going to be very popular. 6,300, I think he could hit his value pretty regularly. He'll be close to cash value. I don't know if he's going to hit GPP value, but on this night, you really don't know, and I'm just going to try and be different. Tatum, he's been okay. He's kind of inconsistent, so he's a GPP play for sure. But at 6,100, I don't know if he can put up 35 points. So I might go with some of those guys occasionally. Marcus Smart, I don't really think I'm going there either. I'm really having trouble finding people I like on this slate. I'm probably going to go heavier in this game because I like quite a few of those guys. But I'll probably pair up Brown Tatum and Smart in a lineup, just do a Boston stack. But I'm struggling with this slate quite a bit because you can obviously go with the chalky guys and hopefully that works out and you have one of the random picks that works out well. But if not, there's not much going on. Cheaper guys, Iguodala is definitely in play. He's okay. I think Morris could be a decent play. At 5K, he had a good game. I think that was maybe it was 2 nights ago, actually. Yeah, 2 days ago, he had a good game. He's not been great since coming back from his injury. He's been okay. But at 5K, he's definitely in play, a decent play. I like Morris a little bit. I'll have some exposure. I'm not going to play a whole lot tonight, though, guys. I'm going to keep it pretty minimal on my GPPs. I'm not a huge fan of this slate or 2-game slates in general. So Morris is in play. I'm going to hop over here. Personally, I'm not looking to go with Harden. I might run him once or twice, but 12-7, it's just so high for him. I mean, he's put up numbers, but at 12-7, he's going to need to hit GPP value. He's going to need almost 70, and I don't think he does that. 65-70 range. I don't know if he'll do that against Phoenix. I think it could be a blowout, which kind of worries me, but I'm going to play a couple GPPs and just go different. Devin Booker is probably my favorite play on the board tonight. He's got huge upside at 7,500, and the dude can shoot well. He balls out. He's had some big games. He can score 30 pretty easily in a game. So Devin Booker is probably my favorite play on the night. I don't know how popular he'll be. He'll definitely be owned because he's 7,500 and it's a 2-game slate, but I think you can get him a little cheaper. Capella, he's okay. I'm not going to play him much. If I have 7,200 left in a utility spot, he'll get a run, but not in love with him. I take Horford over him most days. I like Chris Paul, but since he's going to be on a minute restriction, I'm definitely not going to play him. 20 minutes is just not long enough at 7,100. If he was getting a full run of minutes, I would love him tonight, but he's not going to get much, so he's not really in play. If you want to go there, by all means, go there. I just don't think it's a good play. TJ Warren, 6,500, like him quite a bit. He's been shooting the ball really well, and him and Devin Booker are the two pieces of Phoenix that can actually score. So I'm going to have a lot of exposure to him in my GPPs. I'm going to play Warren quite a bit. Then we move down. We got Eric Gordon. I think Eric Gordon is in a good spot. I liked him a couple nights ago, and he was a disappointment. But at that salary, he's got some upside because he can. If he starts making his threes, he's got some upside. So I like him a little bit. Ariza, he's about the same as Gordon except cheaper. He can have the big game. I'll play him in quite a few. He's probably going to be pretty popular. He'll probably be a staple in most of my lineups, so I'll throw him over there. Now, when you get to these cheaper Phoenix, I don't like Anderson. These cheaper Phoenix guys, Tyler Ulis, he's going to break out one of these games and start playing really well. I don't know if it's going to be tonight, but if you want to take a chance on him, go for it. He's getting some more minutes. I don't know if Monroe's going to play. I doubt he does, but Mike James, he's dropped a lot because he's not getting minutes, but if you like him, play him. 4,100, there's not a whole lot to lose there. Marquise Chris, yeah, fine. If you want to play him, throw him in. If you got the salary, PJ Tucker, same with him. I don't like PJ because he kind of screwed me over a couple nights ago. Got ejected, but Josh Jackson, I think, is a good play tonight. He's cheap. He's going to see about 18 to 20 minutes. It's just tough on this slate. If you want to go there, I definitely won't knock you. I like him. If you need somebody to punt with, Josh Jackson's a good punt. And Dragon Bender's been okay. It's just, is he going to see minutes or not? So this slate's just ugly. 2-game slates just are not fun. I got these 4 guys over here. You're going to want to pair them with either Durant or Curry, whichever one you prefer, or even Harden if you want to go that route. But I will use these 4 guys in almost every lineup I do. I'm probably going to make a couple, but these are the 4 guys I'm looking at. Booker, Warren, Horford, and Ariza. I'm trying to be a little different. I think that most of these guys will be pretty low owned besides Horford. I don't think they'll be seeing the numbers that the Golden State boys are seeing or that Kyrie will see. Actually, Kyrie probably could be a decent. I don't know what his ownership will be like either, but just pick your spots tonight, guys. If you like somebody, go with them. Try and be different. Or ride the chalk and cash. So, hope you guys have a good, profitable night tonight. And I'll see you back tomorrow. I might make an NHL video if I have time. I'm not sure yet because I'm probably going to play a little bit NHL tonight since we have a bad basketball slate. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.